I believe that giving is either in the DNA of an organization or it isn't. And we're fortunate to have a relationship with Essential Energy, who understand the value and the purpose for giving and supporting the community sector. We fundraise youth through events, and that can be challenging because events go up and down, participation can increase or decrease, but this is a more reliable and consistent form of fundraising. So this is an invaluable stream for Variety in order to respond to future needs. And we're also trying to find the gaps. Where there are gaps in funding, that's where Variety is drawn to support. There is a school that received an accessible vehicle recently in the Port Macquarie area, partly as a result of the support of Essential Energy. The school had identified that it was difficult to transport a number of children that use wheelchairs, and so providing an additional vehicle to a school isn't something the Department of Education would fund. Variety undertook consultation with some regional communities in Western New South Wales, and one of the things that they identified is access to a paediatrician for their children. We know that there's a waiting list of around 5 years in Tamworth, and we know there's a waiting list of about 2 years in Dubbo. So what we've been able to do is fly a paediatrician into communities like Walgett, Lightning Ridge, Brewarrina, Bourke, to be able to secure a diagnosis for families who have identified that their child has additional needs, but without a formal diagnosis, they're stuck. They're not able to apply for funding to Centrelink. The school isn't able to apply to the Department of Education for learning support funding. So just by providing this diagnosis gets a family unstuck. We met Theodore, who's a 9-year-old boy attending Walgett School, and his mother had identified that he had additional support needs, but he was unable to obtain a diagnosis because they couldn't see a paediatrician. Following a diagnosis and a treatment plan being developed in conjunction with a paediatrician and an allied health team, he's now staying in school all day, every day. He has a learning support teacher with him, and the school have identified that he's gifted in certain subjects. There are children getting a diagnosis in regional communities around New South Wales, partly as a result of the support of Essential Energy. And today there will be children being taught about the importance of supporting and embracing children with autism and different educational needs as a result of the support. And that would be a perfect example of how the partnership with Essential Energy has been able to benefit families in regional New South Wales. So it's a very important relationship to have, and we're grateful for it. Being able to see the impact that we make so directly in the community, hearing from families, hearing from children about the difference that a grant or a scholarship or an education program has made is really what motivates us to keep going and to do more. There's an old quote about a small group of people making a change, and I think this is how we bring about some of the social change that we see, the needs that we respond to, the things that we think somebody else should be funding, but unfortunately that's not the case. And so the relationship is important because as Variety seeks to respond to these needs, we're able to do that with the support of the Essential Energy employees. And essentially, I am a broker between the employees and the payroll giving and the needs in the community. And that's how I see my role, as being able to marry up the two and bring about some change.